Hey guys, welcome back to episode number 2. Fartin Around. I've done some work off camera here, and I'm going to walk you through what I've done, what I've started. They're just kind of starting, I haven't finished anything. So I put in a little walkway here. It's just the start of something. It's not finished. Put some leaves around here, put some vines. What we'll do with the vines, what I usually like to do, at least I'll put on a bunch of vines up and I'll let them grow. That sounds loud. I'll let them grow all the way down and take over everything, and then I'll go back in later with some string and kind of prune out, if you will, where I want the vines to be. So inside I put the black stained clay, which is a little red. I like it better than making it all black. It's a little more interesting to me. And for the roof, just put it on the roof also. So remember I said that we're not going to really have to do any interior decorating, and that's true. So what I did, I just spammed some blocks and some cobwebs, made it look old and gross. We're going to put some kind of redstone door here. I had an iron door, but whatever. Didn't like it. So then I made this wall. Notice it's not a circle. It's just kind of an amorphous blob shape. Symmetry, especially when you're doing ruins and stuff. A building, it could have been symmetrical at one point, but usually ruins are not. But this, these azoths, they kind of rise from the earth. So they're more organic structures. And so I thought here I would do not, a real circle. I'd do just kind of a part circle. A part of you know what I mean. I'd do a shape. God. So this is going to be the wall going around. Per usual, I just made it out of cobble. I just made it 3 high to start. One thing you're going to want to do, though, is do, stuff like this, because it looks better if the wall is sitting on the ground instead of, the ground showing like that. It just looks a little better if you cover it up like so. So you can go around and fix all those parts that are like that. Did a little bit of terraforming, not very much. I wanted a little bit of space over here, and there's this actually very cool ravine that maybe we can use for something, but I wanted to cover up a little bit of it, and so I kind of filled it in a little bit. So we have to figure out the design for this fence. That'll be one thing we do today. We'll keep a similar theme with over there. Oh yeah, put those iron bars in too. Not sure if I like them yet. Let me know what you think. If you like them, I'll leave it. I just thought I'd leave them up there for a little bit right now. Just kind of look at them for a while and see what I decide. So what we're gonna do today, we're gonna work on this fence. We got to figure out if we want it to really match this, or do we want to do something a little different. What else? We're gonna start putting in our mounds of dirt, and I think for the dirt mounds, what we're gonna do is, because we're in creative, this is an easier project. So what we're going to do, so in the books, there's monsters inside these mounds. They're like burial plots, kind of, where the trees come and drag the guys underground. But they're still alive down there. So I think what we're going to do is in each of the holes we're going to put a different monster and have them holding something so they don't despawn. So then when you're walking through, even in the day, you'll hear monster noises. I think that will be a cool way to go. We're going to do that. We'll do some trees, maybe. I think they're going to do like trees like over the mounds. And that's going to be it. So I'm going to work on doing these mounds a little bit. It's not going to be very fun to watch me make them because I'm just going to be doing this pretty much. And then I will be back. So I'll see you guys shortly. Bye. Alright guys, welcome back. You may notice things look a little different. So I had another problem with the video. I think the problem might be because of the snapshots. I'm not sure. But I lost some footage again. It's very frustrating for me. You know, I spent a lot of time making sure everything was right before I started recording. I wanted to be able to just, you know, hit the road and do everything right. And unfortunately, we're hitting some roadblocks. But, you know, I think we'll figure it out. Sorry, I just woke up. I'm sorry if my voice is a little rough. But I want to get this out to you today. So I'm going to do something a little different here. I wanted to talk about the randomization that we did in the walls and some methods for doing it. I talk a little bit about it in the next part of the video, but not a ton. And I wanted to kind of clear some things up and make it so you guys can build even better. So the method that I used, it worked mostly because I used a ton of different kinds of blocks. Let's make this a little bigger. So using more blocks makes it much easier. So let's just do one block. We'll just do stone. So if we go around, so you have to be a little mindful if you're using less blocks. So when I did that, it looked like I was just clicking around, but I was thinking, you know, I have to have it scattered around, you know, top to bottom, and have it look kind of even around. But still, that's not perfect. You can see that there's still more cobble than there is stone. So if you're using less, you have to be, you know, a bit more thoughtful. See, I didn't have much up there on the top. You have to be a bit more mindful, and you have to just come back and look and pop some more in. And you see we might be getting some kind of pattern there and right here. These two, which could be bad. But you see, even when we just have two, we can do it. We just have to do a little bit more work of going in and popping things in. The good thing about using more than one block is we don't have to worry. I mean, yeah, more than two blocks, is that we don't have to worry about those patterns emerging in the first block, because what we're going to do is we're going to come back in and, of course, knock out randoms. And we're not going to worry about, you know, not knocking out the block we just put in. That's important. So don't worry about, you know, not blocking out the stone just because you put it in there. We're trying to create, you know, a random pattern. So you have to be random yourself and not worry about which types of blocks you're knocking out. So one other thing to say is that we used stone and cobble first, and we had a lot of stone compared to what we just did with gravel. So there's more stone than gravel, there's more cobble than stone. And now when we do brick, you'll see that we'll do even less. Oops. So the idea is we're basically recreating a program that will say, see, when when you do the gravel, you should probably do the gravel kind of last, because it'll drop like this and it'll mess stuff up. We're recreating a program that will say, you know, make it 50% cobble, 20% stone, 10% gravel, blah blah blah, so on. and so forth. So as you go on and as you put in more kinds of blocks, I want that gravel to be on top. As you go in and put in more types of blocks, you want to be mindful about what types you're using and how often you are using them. So it's not just completely random. You do want to think about it. So I'm going to pop a bit more of these out. And then we'll do cracked and we'll be fine. See, there's no mossy over here, but that's fine. That could happen, you know, in actuality. If you do the program, you know, it truly randomly puts it out there, and if that happens, you know, it's possible that it could clump up. So just because they're clumping up doesn't necessarily mean that it's a bad thing. Alright, so that's looking pretty good. Now, one thing that I don't do in the episode that I should, I got a suggestion from my friend Ray, and he said, you know, if you're using the stairs to, you know, make it look like there's holes in the walls, maybe you should put some of the stairs sideways to just get a little variation in what the holes look like. And I think that is a fantastic idea. So what we'll do here, we'll knock out some. Put that one in like that. So we can do sideways like that. Problem is you see through, but we can put something in the back. And it'll make the holes just a little different shape and size. Let's make this a cobble one. Or we can do that. It'll be a little different. Use different blocks for the inside. Yeah, see, that's a great idea to get some variation in the holes, and I will do that. I don't do that in this episode, but I'll probably do it off camera some for the third episode, and then we'll be back in business, and I'll do some of this, kind of making it look a little bit more rough then. So that's about it for this. We're going to go back to the episode. So what you missed in the episode was I didn't do a ton of building in this section, but what I did do was I put the monsters in the little holes. So you missed me putting the monsters in the holes, so you get the creepy sounds that you go around. I put I put a ghast and skeletons and zombies mostly. So you can hear little tinkling and clinking as you go walk around, and the weird ghast noises. So all I did was dig down. I dug a little room, and then popped in a spawn egg, and I had a name tag, and that was it. Let's put this one here. Yep, so that was it with how I did it. It wasn't that hard, but I'm sad that we don't have it anymore. But you know, you live and you move on, and I think this was a good way to get some teaching out. So hope you guys enjoyed this little lesson that we shoved into the middle of the episode, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the episode, and I will see you next time. Bye. Alright guys, welcome back. That was very good timing to stop recording, because there's been a guy outside with a leaf blower for like an hour right outside my door. Well, it was probably like 10 minutes. It seemed like an hour that he was right outside my door. We live in an apartment complex that, you know, all our doors face the outside, and he was just blowing off like every piece of sidewalk and hallway in the entire building. It seemed kind of dumb to me, but you know what, he's making a living, so I can't complain. I won't complain too much. Let's see, I want this one to be sideways. I think we're going to build this one last tree. I built this other one down here because I remember I said the roots grab the people and drag them under. So we're not going to do one from each. I think that would be a little too much. But we'll do several. Maybe two, just 2 or 3. Go up. We also want to build up around the base here. You can go sideways. Let's see. This one have a little bigger base than the other one. Like that. Might be too much. Yeah, that looks fine. Building trees is really fun, in case you haven't done it. It's a very rewarding experience. And you get to make your own, like I have oak leaves on top of a spruce tree, so you get to play with things. You get to play with the game. Basically, you get to have fun with your materials. Might put some vines on here. I didn't put any vines on the other one. We'll see how it looks without it. So you want to do some above, some below. Get kind of a good shape. This is kind of a dinky tree. We might have to... Yeah, let's make this a little bigger. The problem is that it's only barely taller than this mound here. So it's making it look smaller than it really is, I guess. So what we can do is have it do something more like this. There we go. So then that part will be the top. Here we go. Needs a lot more leaves, obviously. That looks terrible. I think we're gonna bring it down. This block is harshing. It's not doing. I think maybe I built up the bottom a little too much. Something like that might look better. Oh, that looks a little weird. This is how you gotta do it though, guys. You gotta, just put something there, step back, take a look at it, see if it looks alright, and then come back and fix it, It's a bit more tedious. It's not really tedious, it's more work. That's why people don't do it. But you have to step back and think about how the viewer is going to see it. I don't really like this at all, actually. Let's see. Maybe we'll put... No, come on. Maybe we'll put another branch out this way. It just looks a little silly, I think. All these sticking up don't look that good either. That looks better. Spam leaves. And how I'm doing this is more of a subtractive method, so I'm putting in, just a ton of leaves. More than we'll end up with. That looks a little better. I I think one of the problems is this, and we need some like wood down here. Yeah, so we're doing subtractive. So we're putting on more than we need, and then going and cutting back. It's a good way to make things look nice and natural. Not in love with this tree. Looks pretty good from this side. It's a little flat on the back here, so we'll fix. Oops. Fix that up. Let's see. Maybe I just need to fill in this little area right here. We'll just fill that in. I was thinking it would be like more like a horseshoe shape, but I'm not really digging how that's looking. That looks okay. Let's see from over here. Oh, that looks pretty good. Do need to trim a little bit more though. There's still quite a few leaves. We need to kind of round it out, make it look fairly natural. No. Well, I think that's gonna be it. We got 2 trees in, fixed up our fence today. Starting to look good in here, actually. If you have any ideas, suggestions, leave them for me in the comments. Greatly appreciate it. Next time, maybe we'll work on doing this interior. I think that'll be fun, doing some interior design. So that's going to be it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, I forgot what words were. If you enjoyed the episode, please give me a like and hit that subscribe button. It'd be greatly appreciated. And I will see you guys next time.